Hello again, everybody. This is Scott, Comic Book Hangover, and how about we do this before we jump into my books and a little explanation as to why I'm so late. Let's talk about some new posters that I picked up. Venom Island. This is the poster for the variant cover, for the first part of the Venom Island storyline by Donny Cates. Admittedly, I grabbed it. It was okay. I know everybody's enamored and really in love with Donny Cates' Venom, and more power to all of you ladies and gentlemen out there who are loving what he's doing with Venom. It's really not doing anything for me. I couldn't get into Absolute Carnage. I can't get into this, but the cover was amazing. I still loved getting this poster. So, and I've also got another Venom poster that I will be having up on the wall here in the next couple of weeks as well. So, aside from that, the next poster I got that I put up, my Earthworm Jim poster. I want to say that one more time because I think that's something I never thought I would be able to say. My Earthworm Jim poster. Now, on the flip side of this is the cow painting that they use for the between levels, the loading scenes, I guess, the loading screens of the game. So I got this up, and then I realized, hey, I probably should show, but I may take a picture of it. But this is awesome. This is amazing. I love having an Earthworm Jim poster up on my wall in my comics room. And once this comes down, this might go up in my little boy's room because he's become quite the huge Earthworm Jim fan. So that said, let me get this taken care of here. Here I am. Hey, everybody. Little little craziness there. So hey, now I know it's really it's pretty well into the year, and I haven't done any videos, and so I was gonna be back at the first of the year, but been a little crazy, slowing down from the holidays, getting back into some of the groove of things at work. But the biggest thing that's kind of taken up the time is this August, on August 22nd, actually, my girlfriend and I are getting married. So we're doing everything that we can now to prepare for, getting the clothing, the venue. We're going to have the reception, how we're going to do the ceremony. We're going to do all this stuff now so that when it comes closer to the actual date, we'll have everything mostly taken care of, and anything that will go wrong, which with these sort of things, something will go wrong, we'll be a little less stressed about the whole thing. So that's why I haven't had much time to do a video. I'm hoping that after this I can do them every week like I used to, do them on Thursdays. I know this is just really late, but there you go. Hopefully that's a good enough excuse. But that said, I hope everybody had a great holiday, had a really fun New Year's, and I hope everybody has been able to start getting some really good books this year. We've got some great stuff coming out from all the publishers: Marvel, DC, Alterna, Image, Boom, Dynamite. All of them got some great stuff coming out. And as the year progresses, I'm hoping to be able to do some more stuff with my comics. As I'm sure I've said in the previous video, this is my 30th year of collecting comics. I started back in 1990, which now seems so long ago, but this year I'm hoping that I can get into my collection and sort of share more of the books that I have with you fine folks out there. And I'm going to be doing switching over from my collection drawer long boxes. I'm going to slowly switch over to short boxes because these boxes are getting heavier to move when I move, and I can't do that anymore. You guys out there know what I mean. If you're handling long boxes all the time, over the years they seem to get heavier and heavier. I think it's because the paper's getting heavier. It has nothing to do with age. It's just the paper's getting heavier. So I'm going to be switching over to short boxes over the next year or so. I'm going to be sending more of my books out to get graded. Some of them will be put up for sale, but a lot of the ones I'm going to send to get graded are going to be because I want them to have that extra protection. My Evil Ernie #1 that I have signed by Brian Pulido and Stephen Hughes is going to be one of them. That's just going to be for protection. And also, it's easier to display them as well. So I'm going to figure out a way in my room here, or maybe out in the living room, to have a shelf set up so I can display my books more better. I was going to say more better, but that just, no. So all that aside, let's go through some of the stuff that I picked up. Actually, I have quite a few books to go through, so we're going to go as quickly as I can on this. So I don't want to take up too much of your time. So my last video, I know that I talked about the crowdfunding books that I picked up, that I finally got Bigfoot Bill. This was actually a lot of fun. I'm going to be looking for more Bigfoot Bill stuff from this guy because this was a lot of fun. There was also the Cyber Frog books. This is the 1988 The Diary of Heather Swain ash can. It's a little bit larger than a traditional ash can, but that's pretty cool. Uncle Ethan signed it there. Then there was the Cyber Frog Blood Honey, which came in with nowhere near the damage that everybody said that they were getting theirs in. So I don't know what happened, but mine was perfect. Love the cover. It got the stuff the other stuff that came with it. Put it in the bag on the back, nice and thick. Great read. I also grabbed Incoming #1. Well, this is just a one shot. I don't know why they put numbers on one shots. It's like I don't understand why they put numbers on annuals. It should just have like for this year's annuals, just say the 2020 annual instead of annual number 4 because it just makes no sense to me. Anyway, Incoming. Why did I grab this? I don't remember. I know it's setting up a bunch of stuff. Actually the way that the story was told was really kind of interesting. How it just sort of flowed from one group of books or one character to the next, and each one had like 2 or 3 pages, and the last page set up the next. So it was sort of like the transition to the next character or groups of characters. So for the most part, it was pretty good. The Young Avengers characters were kind of annoying as they usually are for me because they just I don't understand why they write them the way they do. So, but that's okay. Whatever. That's it. That's all I can say about Incoming. It had a cool cover. It had some pretty interesting stories. But moving on, let's go through my reprints that I picked up the last couple of weeks. Starting with, let's do Alterna. In case you missed it, number 11. Now I know 11 and 12 came off this week. Now these are currently 99-cent books. I think they're going to be going up a little bit in the next couple of months because Alterna is having to increase their prices slightly to cover the cost for printing and that sort of thing. But their books are still going to be the cheapest books on the market. So this wraps up the Mr. Crypt miniseries. I will be ending. This is going to be my last one for these because they're reprinting stuff that's come out recently. So I have a whole short box full of Alterna books now. And this is just, to me, this just kind of seems like overkill for it. Now, if they do, or when they do Exilium, I will be grabbing those because I missed a couple of issues of Exilium. The other reprint program that they started premiered with 3 books. I was able to get this one. The other 2 I want to get. The other 2 are Blood Realm, volumes 1 and 2. I love those books. The art and story, just the tone, the setting, everything about it, it's really good. The one I was able to get my hands on is Mighty Mascots. Now these are, when Marvel and DC, they do a mini-series or they have a story arc, they put it into a trade paperback, and they charge anywhere from $15 to $25, $30 for it. Alterna's kind of doing the same thing, but these are going to be, they're sort of just regular bound comics. This collects the entire Mighty Mascots miniseries. That's 100 pages, but since they're doing theirs on newsprint, and they're not going overboard with the covers and all that sort of nonsense, $5. So 100 pages of full Alterna Comics story for $5. Now these ones I'm probably going to be transitioning from getting the miniseries to getting these, at least for the time being, because it's cheaper and got a wedding. So so that's all that I got from Alterna. From Marvel, let's talk some True Believers. This month is the Criminally Insane line of True Believers. It's going along with the Carnage Ravencroft event. I guess it's a mini event or something. I don't know what it is, but it's the Return of Ravencroft, which is it's sort of like Marvel's version of Arkham, but the villains that are there seem to be more bloodlust and just more violent and more vicious. So this is what I've grabbed. This is a reprint of Spider-Woman number 10, first appearance of Gypsy Moth. Love these covers. I love these old school covers. I grabbed the Mandarin, which is Tales of Suspense issue 50 and issue 55, reprinted there. There's the Green Goblin, which is a reprint of Amazing Spider-Man number 14. Good stuff. I love these old school covers. And Bullseye, it's a reprint of Daredevil number 131. There we go. Moving on to DC, their Dollar Comics. I grabbed Batman number 613. 613? Yep, there you go. And the one that came out this week I'm going to see if I can get another one of these, actually. Batman Adventures number 12. Now, Batman Adventures number 12, I had the original of this. I sent it in, got it graded, came back at 9.6, and I sold it off for like $500-$600. And from the second I sent it out, I regretted getting rid of it, mostly because it was a book from my collection. I collected this series up to issue 13 or 14, so now I had a hole in there. But then I saw that DC was going to be reprinting it as part of their Dollar Comics line, and that made me super happy. So now I have it, and I'm one of these guys that, as much as I would like to have the original of this, I'm happy with having a reprint. This makes my collection complete as far as the run for Batman Adventures that I have. I'm not one of those guys I have to have the originals. Clearly, I don't care about originals as long as I can get my hands on the story. I'm happy with that. So I grabbed that. From last week, Doctor Doom number 4, great cover. I don't think I've even read this one. I don't. If I did, I don't remember. So this may be the last issue for the series that I pick up. I may grab issue 5 since that is the first full story arc, and that way, if I decide I want to continue it, I'll get it in trade, starting with volume 2, because I will pick up from issue 6. So I don't know. It's great cover. I mean, it's an amazing cover. Speaking of great covers, I did grab Donny Cates' Thor number 1, but I got the Lady Sif cover, because I absolutely adore Lady Sif. She's one of my favorite characters from the Asgardian line, from the Thor line of books. She is my favorite. I wish they would do more with her. Her run in Journey into Mystery, written by Catherine Immonen, is one of my favorite runs. It really just showed me what an amazing character she is. So this one, it was good. It was good. I actually am going to be picking up the next issue for it. And with having Galactus show up and talk about essentially it's whatever ended his universe before he became Galactus, before the modern day 616 universe existed, that seems to be coming back and is going to wipe out the 616. I'm hoping that it's something new and something different, but knowing Donny Cates, and again, this isn't really a dig at him or anything, but it seems like ever since he did that Null character, that's everything he writes has to center on this Null character. And I really, really hope that whatever this is that took out Galactus, that's a huge threat to the universe, I hope it's something different. I hope it's not Null, because it's just becoming, to me, it's becoming boring. We need something new. We need something different. If you're going to be doing Thor, it's got to be something spectacular. The next book up that I got, this one, my local comic shop, Nostalgia Inc., here in Jackson, Michigan, where they do raffles. You go in and if you grab issue 1 or one of a selection of titles, you get a raffle ticket, and you get to go for, you get to put your name into a drawing for any one of a number of variant covers that they are giving away, and they do this every week. So last week, I put my name in for this one, and I got the variant cover, the Red Ranger Ninja Turtle helmet cover for the Power Rangers Ninja Turtles number 1 crossover, which is a really good story. I think I got the second issue in here somewhere. Or something. I got a Power Rangers book in my stack somewhere. So I got that. That was really awesome. So this week's books, the rest of these are going to be from this week. Yep, this week was an Alterna Comics week for sure, because they had some issues with their printing, so their books were on a bit of a delay. So this month they put out, I think, upwards of 12 books. So the ones that I got, Psycho KO, number 3 of 3. Really fun book if you're looking for something that's sort of a character that breaks the fourth wall like Deadpool, but is all ages friendly. Psycho KO is definitely the one for you. Midnight Mystery. This is the second storyline. This wraps up for issue 4 of 4. They're already setting up the next one, and the next one is going to have one of the greatest vampires of all time in it, and I'm looking forward to it. So this was actually one that I was thinking about switching over to the Alterna Giants, but when they gave the teaser for the next one, I'm not sure if I could wait, so I may be sticking with that one. Voidwalker number 2 of 4, and I got to admit, this issue, there was a lot of things that didn't make any sense in this issue, but that aside, we got 2 more issues, a 4-issue miniseries. We have 2 more issues to straighten things out. Considering the setup and considering the idea of this guy working with the mafia, getting killed, going to some hellish realm, and coming back, and this is him right here, comes back with these weird powers. That's a lot to deal with, especially in a 4-issue miniseries. So I'm giving this guy, I'm giving Christian Rossi. Sorry if I am mispronouncing that, but I'm giving Christian Rossi the benefit of the doubt because I really am enjoying it. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here, but for some reason I still enjoy the hell out of it. And these covers, I love the covers for this. And the next cover, I can't wait to add that to my collection. I can't wait to have it on my wall. Speaking of the wall, there's something I want to talk to you guys about that here in a minute too. Wicked Righteous Exodus. This is number 4/6. Terry Mayo. I love this series, and I know Terry has some issues, some personal issues, and I think we're going to be ending the Wicked Righteous. I think he said something where he was going to be taking a step back from his creatives. So hopefully, if this ends up being the last Wicked Righteous miniseries story that we get, it was great. It's been a great run. This is the second volume of the series, and you know, Terry, I'm sure you're never going to watch this, but this stuff is amazing. I've really enjoyed it. You've got characters in here that I absolutely love and adore. You've got one specific character, anytime he shows up, like, please somebody do something with this little psychotic little kid. But great run, great story, amazing characters. Just you're playing with a concept that has been kind of done over and over again, but what you're doing with this concept is groundbreaking. To me, it's groundbreaking, and I love it. And thank you for giving us what you could give of Wicked Righteous. Third and final issue for the Adventures of Baron Rat and Mr. Crypt. Really fun all ages book. So if you want to have if you want a simple, easy read for your kids, Mr. Crypt and Baron Rat, these are the books you want to get, because there's nothing in these books, nothing in these stories that could be seen as inappropriate for children. So definitely something to get. Gods and Gears, it's great. That's pretty much all you can say. Great cover, great art, good, great story. I love it. I'm trying to wrap this up here. I'm sorry, guys. It came out on the Wednesday, number 10. One of my favorite anthology books. Always look forward to these every month. This is another one that's I think it's gonna be going up to. No, this is actually when the price hike hits Alterna, their $1.50 books are gonna go up to $1.99, I think. And it came out on the Wednesday. It's gonna stay at $1.99, so they're gonna draw the line at the $1.99, so to speak. But they're gonna lower the price, the page count for that. But great stuff, great stuff. So Peter Simeti, thank you for another round of great Alterna books. You've got some amazing talent that you're publishing. These guys and gals are doing a great job. Wrapping this up from Boom Studios, Go-Go Power Rangers number 27. Continuing the Necessary Evil storyline. And this one, I don't know. It was kind of a filler issue, but a really well done one. So if you're reading the story, this is sort of like your issue where you can kind of take a breath, kind of get a little bit of rest, because I'm sure there's something major coming up. And then finally this week, I got He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, He-Man and the Masters of the Multiverse. Sorry, issue 3 of 6. This one here, they go into the Masters of the Universe from the 2002 revival series that ran for 2 or 3 seasons on Cartoon Network. It's a great show. I really wish they hadn't ended it when they did, because they were getting ready to look like they were setting up Hordak, which means they're going to set up She-Ra. I was looking forward to seeing what they were going to do with She-Ra on that show, but they ended it. But this one, I mean, if you liked the Spider-Verse, the Spider-Verse storyline, where you had all the different versions of Spider-Man and they were getting killed off and whatnot. If you like that, definitely check out He-Man into the Multiverse, or He-Man and the Masters of the Multiverse. Sorry, because that's a lot of fun. It's a lot like that, but with a He-Man twist, and it's really, really cool. So those are the books I picked up. I'm going to go ahead and set up the wall. Now, what I'm going to try to do from here on in, if this works, this is how I'm going to do these from now on. This portion of the show, this portion of the video is going to be separate from the wall. Now the wall, I'm just going to, this is kind of an experiment, so if you guys like it, let me know. If you don't, I'll go back to the way I was doing it, making it one long video. But what I'll do is towards the end of this video, before I stop recording here, I'm going to have one of these little things come up over here that'll have the link to the wall portion of the video, and you just click on that, and then you get to see what I put up on my wall. Those videos, they're going to be listed, probably. I don't know how I'm going to do it, because I mean, I don't know. We're just going to try. I'm going to list it. we'll see how that works. I'll try maybe not listing them. That way the only way to get to them is through the little box thingy that's going to show up here if it hasn't shown up already. But they're going to be separate videos for the time being. If you guys like it, let me know. I'll continue to do it that way. If you rather I just go back to the way I was doing it, let me know. I'll go back to the way I was doing it. So we're going to go ahead and stop this. I'm going to go ahead and set up the wall, and we'll see you in a few moments.